It's day 11 in solitary confinement down here in Canberra. I've just seen an article come on the news that the Queensland Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, apparently that's how you pronounce her name, has called in the army to protect the Queensland border. Now hang on a minute. The Queensland Premier has no legal right whatsoever to call in the army. The army is controlled by the federal government. Now, if the Prime Minister is behind this and acquiescing to the Queensland Premier's call to get the army on our borders, this is an outrage. The army's job, why they sign up to join the Australian Army, is to defend the Australian Constitution. And the Australian Constitution says the trade, commerce and intercourse between the states shall be absolutely free. Not partially free, absolutely free. So if we are having our Australian armed servicemen, our Australian ADF, deployed upon the border, they are acting in violation of the Constitution that they swear to protect. The Queensland Premier cannot, under any circumstances, so-called call up the army. The Prime Minister needs to get on this and say that Australian troops will not be used to violate the Constitution. The trade and commerce and intercourse between the states must be free, because that's what the Constitution says. The idea that we are going to use the army, the Australian Army, to place them on the border between New South Wales and Queensland to enforce vaccine passports makes me physically sick. It is violation of the Constitution. This cannot go ahead. And I call upon the Prime Minister. Our army cannot do this. And also call upon our armed servicemen and our commanders in the army. You should say no. You should say no to this order, because if you say yes and accept this order, you are violating the Australian Constitution, and that is against the oath that you have sworn to protect.